Good evening, all.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, madam.
Yeah, very good.
Good evening, ma'am.
We'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes more. Let others also join. Okay, so let's start. Is the PPT visible? The slide is visible?
Yes, ma'am. Visible.
Yes, yes.
Okay, fine. Adjust the screen. Okay, so we are in the second session of managerial economics. So last time, we know like we actually halted with this basic economic concepts. We just saw an overview of what is like what are the basic economic concepts. So we're going to see about like little in detail about all these concepts. So the first one is opportunity cost principle and production possibility frontier, principle of marginalism, diminishing marginal utility, the equi-marginal principle, scarcity, discounting principle, and principle of time perspective. So these economic concepts, it helps the managers or it helps the organization, or let it be the top level or let it be the middle level. So it helps in taking decisions. It helps in decision making, uh, whether to like go with the further process, or whether to go with extra procurement or extra production, or whether they have to limit the production, or the pricing policies, how their pricing policies have to be set. And they want to know compare their standards or their strategies with their competitors standards in the industry or in the market. So these economic concepts, working out on these economic concepts, it will help them. So these concepts are nothing but like a small kind of like calculations or a kind of strategies which is done for uh, to help the managers or to help the the middle level managers or the top management for making decisions. So let's start with opportunity cost principle. Okay. So opportunity cost principle it refers to that say a management is taking decision or a manager is taking decision or a department is taking decision on like they have two options together, two choices, and they also like going on selecting with one particular choice and the other one is foregone. So the cost of foregoing one particular choice, it has a great impact or a great effect on the pricing policy or the sales level of the product or whatever it may be, the profit which the company is going to get in the future. So this is opportunity cost principle. Okay? Cost of alternative that must be foregone in order to pursue a certain action. So they have two choices or more than two choices. So while they are selecting one choice and for taking up that as a strategy and now they are planning to execute that strategy. So whereas the other choices are left out for some other reason, for some other purposes. So the leaving out, that is the left out options, like that has it may have no impact on the decision what they have taken right now, which the management has taken right now. So we have to note that while the opportunity cost can't be predicted with total certainty, taking them into the consideration can lead to better decision making. You have to see this in the management's point of view, not as an individual point of view. Take it as a management point of view. Say they have no like two options, say buyer one or buyer two, or vendor one or vendor two, supplier one and supplier two. So whether to know like get the procurement or get the raw materials from supplier one, or whether to procure from supplier two. So there is a dilemma here. So which supplier they have to choose or which vendor they have to choose. So both the products are good in quality, both the prices are more like competitive. So obviously the returns, I mean the final product, which they are going to produce, with those raw materials is going to be of a good quality. So now they have to know understand they have to know keep in mind the long run of the organization, long term relationship with that particular vendor. It can be a vendor one or it can be a vendor two, and more than that they have to consider the transportation cost of transporting the procured product to the factory outlet or to the warehouse. So that has to be considered. So when they are considering that particular factor, so then they may be having a difference there. So the price difference may be, come in the view of, the transportation cost. So they may feel when if they are procuring from vendor A, the transportation cost is low, whereas when they are procuring from vendor B, the transportation cost will be much higher. So in that case, they have to go with vendor A. But vendor B must be, giving more discounts on the product. So vendor B must be thinking, if this organization is going to procure from me at this point of time, I'm going to give them a good discount. So here the discount part is being, forgone. From the organization's point of view, so they are going, they are not considering only the transportation cost, and they are going with, they are making the contract with vendor A or vendor one, and they are procuring the product. They're considering only the transportation cost. Whereas if they would have procured from Trano, like vendor B, they would have got a good discount on the product. So this is how it works. So there is a formula for calculating opportunity cost. That is FO minus CO. So FO is a foregone option and CO is a chosen option. So we have two options. I mean, from business point of view, there are two options. FO is the foregone option, which the option, which or the choice, which the company has no let go of. And CO is the chosen option, which the company, it has chosen not to execute. And then no like production possibility frontier. So the production possibility frontier. So this factor is no like that is production of one particular good. It has an effect on no production of another particular goods. They both are no like in correlation with each other. Both are no like so if you have to know consume one particular good, you have to know have the other goods. For example, laptops and chargers, and like mobile phones and chargers, or mobile phones and SIM cards. So if you have to use a mobile phone, you need to have a SIM card. Or if you have to use a laptop or mobile phone, you need to have a charger. And vice versa, no? Like, so production of one goods leads to the production of another good. So that is the no, like, so people who are consuming one particular product, so they are forced to, or no, like, involuntarily, they are no, like, they are made to purchase no another product which is closely related to the first bought product. So this is production possibility frontier. For example, they have no like given the coffee produce. So if people are consuming coffee, tea on a daily basis, obviously they will be using sugar. So vice versa. Like if they are no like using say a milk powder, so obviously they'll be using sugar. So production of one particular product so obviously leads to the production of another product. So here how the management can take the decision, how the managers no can take the decision no in economic decisions, how they can take. For example, say a manufacturing company or a laptop assembly company. So they are planning to know like assemble a laptop. They are planning to sell to their customers. So they can now come up with no like their production of own chargers, or they can know like ask they can outsource the production of or the like manufacturing of chargers alone no to another company, another no like B type company or C type company. So in this way they can completely focus on only one product, that is laptop production, and the manufacturing of no like the charger or no like other related products which is no connected with the laptop, so that can be outsourced to some other company. So in this way no like they are no like they can save much time on you say no like innovation or warehousing and no like cost and everything. So this is production possibility frontier. So one product it results to the production of another product. Okay, principle of marginalism. So okay, this is a little, like tricky to understand. So, as a customer or as a final consumer, so if you are like using additional product and consuming additional product, so from your point of view, you're getting some kind of no satisfaction from consuming that product or using that product. From company's point of view, they are getting no like more profits. That's it. So from your point of view, you're no like getting additional profit. Additional profit in the sense, for example, say uh, maybe like a kind of transportation. So if you're planning to know like transport particular goods, say uh, the things in your house or in your apartment, you're planning to shift like your house, your apartment, you're moving to another apartment from your existing apartment. So you're like packing all the things, the furnitures and everything, all the like utensils, everything has been packed, and you're like planning to shift those items to the new house, to new apartment. So in this case, what usually as a consumer or as a like customer, so what we would be thinking is, so we will be planning to take a bigger truck, so that like we can accommodate all the things in one go, and it can be transported in one go. So we will not be going for a smaller truck, and we will not be like engaging that truck in transporting things in for like 2 to 3 times. So shuttling 2 to 3 times for transporting the products, transporting the things, like it costs more. So every time the truck is moving, the truck is like transporting the things, transportation cost increases. For example, the diesel charges, petrol charges increases, the driver beta increases, the energy increases, the time increases, everything increases. So the job is done. That's different. Job is done, but no, like everything increases. So to cut down the cost or to know like cut down the no the wastage of energy or the wastage of time, the wastage of money spent on no like transportation. So we are going for the better option of choosing a bigger truck. So maybe no like the difference between no choosing a smaller truck and a bigger truck, that maybe no like in few like the money value will be no little more, but comparatively no if you see no the how many times no the smaller truck is transporting no the things no from your existing apartment to a new apartment, if you compare that cost, this one is the best option, that is choosing a bigger truck on the first basis, that would be the best option. So the more product you consume, the extra product you consume uh, by considering the cost factor. So that's always beneficiary. It's always beneficial for the customer or the final consumer. And from the company side, if you see, like the product is getting, like sold out. From that point of view, from their warehouse or from the production unit, their product is getting sold out. So no product, like there is a limited chance of getting the, I mean, the products being being like a dead product or a dead stock or obsolete stock. So their products are getting distributed or sold. So this is the principle of marginalism. And then we have diminishing marginal utility. So this is something of like overconsumption. So if you overconsume a product at a point of time, like you start rejecting that product. So overconsumption of a product, you start rejecting that product, or over usage of a product, you start like bored of using that product, or you start rejecting that product. So I think like what is a product life cycle. It has four stages. The introduction stage, where the product gets introduced into the market, where the sales can be like very low initially, because it is in the initial stage that just now it has entered the market, and the company cannot expect any profit at that time. So as slowly after some, now here the company would be focusing on more advertising and everything, and informing the market, informing the customers that there is a product available in the market, and this product is not manufactured by their company. So this would be their business strategy in the introduction stage of a product lifecycle. So after some time, after the introduction stage, it would be a growth stage. Growth stage is where now slowly the sales of the product it gets increased, and now slowly the company can see profits, and now they will be focusing on like expanding the distribution channels, like that, like capturing like all the distribution channels in the market, the retailers, the wholesalers, the market agents, the commission agents, the brokerage agents. They try to capture all the distribution agents in the market. They try to push their products to the customers maximum, and like as soon as possible, because before the season gets over, they want to like push all the products whatever they have produced. So that is the growth stage. And then comes some maturity stage. Maturity stage is now the sales of the product it's in the peak level. It's like in the peak level, companies doing good profit, excellent profit. Now, completely like all the like all the distribution agents like they are like getting profits. The company is getting profited. Sales is like excellently good, exceptionally good, and everyone likes the product. Now, after the maturity stage, then comes the declination stage. Declination stage starts when the consumer is bored of a product. So when the consumer is bored is when they start using it again and again, more than required, and they need something more, something enhanced than the previous one. So in that particular situation, there comes the declination stage of the product. They stop buying the product. The consumers stop buying the product. They will be waiting for some other new product to get launched in the market. They'll be looking for the competitor's product, or they want this company to come up with like completely the another version of the product or completely enhanced product. So this has to be understood by the management or the managers. They have to know come to avoid the declination stage of the product. They have to work more on that. Because they have to know come up with the newer versions of the product. They have to give added advantages. That value added services can be given along with the products, and they can come up with version 1, version 2 of the product. So in this way, they can know at least avoid the declination stage of the product for time being. So that the consumer doesn't get bored, and the sales of the product it actually goes in a normal level. It doesn't decline. And so I know as of now the company has seen the maximum profit. So at least to avoid any dead stock, or to avoid any obsolete stock, this strategy can be planned. So diminishing marginal utility is a situation where the consumer gets bored or rejects the product, as long as or the more he or she consumes it or uses it. So managers has to know they have to be very careful, in the maturity stage. They have to immediately take any, get into the action to make sure that there is no declination stage happening to their product or service. Then comes the equi-marginal principle. So equi-marginal principle is it is based on the income of the consumer. So here the consumer decides how much percentage of his income, of her income, he or she wants to invest in buying one particular product. For example, as an individual, I may be earning 50,000 per month. So 50,000 per month. So where I would like to invest, what I would like to buy. Maybe 10 to 15,000 would go for rent, and say another 5,000 for the utility purposes, that is the electricity, water, and other the charges, the maintenance charges, whatever we are utilizing, the utility charges, another 5,000, and the whatever the college fees or school fees or whatever the medical expenses. I'll know we will keep aside the medical expenses, and for grocery items, for medicines, and for another other investment options. So as a consumer, this would be my equi-marginal principle. But from the organization point of view, there is a concept called wedging. So wedging is actually, a factor where instead of investing or depositing or accumulating its capital or money in one particular factor, instead of investing in one particular factor, they want to, or they have to distribute that cost and invest in various factors, so that if one factor fails, the other factors would save them. So, for example, they are investing in machinery, they are investing in raw materials, they are investing in say manpower, and they are investing manpower in the skill sense, skilled manpower, not just the manpower, but the skilled manpower who are better employees, who are very skilled and who can do any task, so that kind of manpower. And they are investing in land and building and everything. So this is they have spreaded their the capital in everything. So for example, the machinery it got broke down. That is there is a breakdown in the machinery. It's not functioning, but no problem. We have other resources available. Or they the resources or the raw materials what they have got, they finally found out that it was not a good quality. Then no problem, machineries are available, still the manpower is available, land is available, building is available, all the utilities are available. So only thing they have to change is the raw materials. So in this way, they have to know like equally distribute, or no, they have to allocate the capital or allocate the money in different factors of the participation, so that they will be saved. So if one factor fails them, the other factors, the investment in other factors, it would always be, like enhanced. So there is an equation, there is a small formula for this. Is marginal utility of goods A by price of goods A is equal to marginal utility of goods B by price of goods B. That is, the marginal utility of one good equals the marginal utility of another good. The price of one good equals the price of another good. So this principle represents that it has to be, there is a capital has to be equally shared in, that is, no, all the factors. But it depends on the management, or depends on the managers, who are taking the decision. So it not necessarily it has to be equally distributed. For example, 30% of the capital can be, invested in machinery, 20% for resources, and 15 to 20% for the skilled labor. So it depends on the, like management's decision making. So whatever, like according to the top management's approval, they can decide on this. Then comes the scarcity principle. So scarcity principle is something, where the demand for a product is high, but the supply for the product is very low. That is like people are asking for that product, but the supply for the product is very low. In this case, the scarcity will arise. What the company does here is either they have to produce more products. That is the strategy. That one strategy they have. Another strategy they have is if the resources are not available anymore, and like the company feels that like we cannot produce any more product like this particular product hereafter, because that right quality kind of technology, or that right kind of resources not available anymore. So in that case, they can increase the price of the product. So in that case, what happens? Not everyone will be demanding the product. So only few will be demanding the product. So this is the scarcity principle. So making use of the situation. This is bad actually. I mean, from consumers' point of view, if you see, this is a bad. Say for example, in times of COVID, in times of shutdown, COVID or Corona shutdown, um, like the cost of the milk, milk bottle or milk packet, in few cities in India. So usually it was 40 to 45 rupees per, I think for half a liter. Sorry, like I'm very bad in, like these grocery things. Maybe, around 50 to 55 rupees, per liter. So usually, 50 to 55 rupees per liter. But during the time of, like Corona, there was a scarcity for the milk package. So few companies, which produces the, not produces, which packages the milk, in their own brand name. What they did was, they started selling it in, like the double the rates. That is 80 rupees, 90 rupees per liter. So from consumers' point of view, like this is completely not acceptable. It's against the economic principle, completely, like not at all okay. But from the, uh, organization's point of view, it's like, making use of the situation. So, making use of the situation. So it's like, even though the scarcity is there, that is, there's a demand for the product, and the company cannot satisfy the demand of the customer. So in that case, they have two options. Either they can produce more products, or the other option is, if they are not able to produce more products and satisfy the customer's demand, the other option they have is increasing the price of the existing product, so that there will not be much demand in the market. So only few customers who are not very urgent customers, or who are very loyal customers to the that particular brand or product, only those customers will buy the product, even though the price increases. Other customers, they will go for some other option. Then is the discounting principle. So discounting principle is like from organization's point of view, this is quite different, this criteria. So from consumer's point of view, it's always beneficial. So if you are getting discount, for a particular product, it's always beneficial. But from the company's point of view, organization point of view, discount is something, like which may lead to a kind of, like loss-like situation. So, for example, if the company organization is promising its clients or its customers that they will be, like giving a few items in discount manner, it means they are going to lose something. So, whatever they are, like selling presently right now in the lower price, that is far beneficial instead of selling in a discounted price in the future. So, for example, say sales of a mask, and so now mask has been there is not much demand for the product, but there is a speculation again. The second or a third or fourth wave of COVID is going to come. So there may be need for the mask, or they may not be. Can be again if it is controlled again, they may not be like any need at all. But let's take mask as an example. So the company is now the company which manufactures the mask, like the good quality mask, the clinical mask or whatever it is, very good quality mask. Now, if they are giving at a lower price, they can immediately make money. But instead of that, if they are waiting for some more period, for the future, and if the future comes when they are giving out for discounted price, it means there is a loss to them. So here the management has to decide so whether to give a give the product or like sell the product at the lower cost right now, or to go with the discounted price in the future. So from company's point of view, so this principle is going to be a negative factor. But from no consumer's point of view, if you see, it's going to be a positive factor. So for scarcity principle, if you see from consumer's point of view, there is a negative factor, but for the company, there's a positive factor. So that is the difference for scarcity and no discounting principle. And principle of time perspective. Okay. So this principle of time perspective is something, like while making decisions, when we're making managerial decisions and while making, like any forecast, demand forecast, well, do like making demand forecast, the company has to consider the external factors, that is external variable factors. So variable factors in the sense, like the outer market, that is the outer environment is subject to change. The changes can happen, as anything. Like there may be a change in the government, and they may come with like new rules and regulations, in the economy of the market. So that may impact the like the organization strategy and launching of a new product by the competitor. So that may impact the organization's policy and the goal setting and everything, the pricing policy and everything, and the people's buying pattern. So and their increase or decrease in the income. So everything, the external factors, like that may cause any impact, or that may have an impact in the organization's pricing policy, organization strategy, goal setting, and everything. The production, the sales level, everything, it has an impact on. So considering all these factors and then making decision, so that would be like for the long time. But without considering these variables, if the management is going to take any decision and implement this, that is going to be of very shorter duration. Shorter duration in the sense hardly for like 1 or 2 months period. So The company has to decide. Now it's a decision of the company or the organization that whether they have to choose for the long run or the short run situation. So for the short run situation, the only objective is price maximization. That is no like utilizing the season in the market and pushing the products more to the consumers, profit maximization, and no like getting profits. So that would be the only motive and only strategy for the company in the short run. But in the long run, if you see, it would be the competitive advantage in the market. To gain competitive advantage in the market, to become to extend their capacity, that is capacity planning, and they would be planning even to like go for overseas establishments, and they would be like even thinking of like merging with the other companies or acquiring like other small companies and expanding the company. So that is for the long run. If they want to look into long run, then they have to consider these external variables as well and then make the decision. But if the company is only looking for the short run, then these variables they don't have to take into consideration, and then they can like go with decision making for short run only. So this is principle of time perspective. Then decision analysis. So decision analysis, based on various decisions, many decisions will be taken, but whatever decisions taken by the taken by the managers, so that cannot be immediately implemented. That is there is a process before that decision would be authorized and what do you say accepted by the top management. So though the managers, the middle level managers have considered all the factors, taken all the factors into consideration, and then come up with the decision, few or three decisions, and then they have forwarded it to the top management. The top management wouldn't immediately selecting one such decision. So from their point of view, they would be analyzing few things. They would be doing some researches, and then they would go with selecting any one of those decisions. Or sometimes any of these decisions would not be considered at all. The top management would be coming up with something new decision, from their side. So this is not completely unpredictable. So there are few things, before how a decision making has to be analyzed, completely analyzed. The first thing is decision problem identification. Identify the problem. Then alternative identification. So always have an alternative. So from the manager's point of view or from the middle management point of view, so always have an alternative identification and criteria for evaluation. So have a criteria for evaluating the decision. Check with the experienced people in the organization, or get help from external agencies, if possible. And then you can use many tools and techniques to check the to do an evaluation of the whatever decision which has been taken, and check from the market distribution agents, because they know the pulse of the customers. They are the people who are directly dealing with the customers, the marketing agents, the distribution agents, the retailers, wholesalers, the showroom people, and the brokerage agents, commission agents. So these distribution agents, they are directly dealing with the consumers or customers, and they know the pulse of the consumers. So ask their opinion as well, ask their suggestion as well. So there are go with any for doing more evaluation, take any of these criteria and do a complete evaluation. And then quantification of criteria and alternatives. So have a quantification, give a kind of grading system to all the alternatives you have in hand. And uncertainty and risk assessment. So have an idea about uncertainty and risk. Uncertainty is something which we can predict. Risk is something, no, like which we cannot predict. So have these, no, like things, consider these factors as well, no, while taking decisions. And the decision models use various decision models and analysis and evaluation, do a final evaluation and a trade-off consideration. So whatever weaker decisions, if you find out, just trade it off, just remove it from the list, and always have the strong decisions in the sense, whichever is having no having no good grading or having no higher positive factors. So go with these no like final list of no good decisions, and then forward it to the top management. So then they will be no top management. There is more chance that the top management will be considering no like whatever decisions you have no like taken and you have put forward. So if the middle management people or if the managers can completely follow this pattern and finally submit the report, that is these having two or three options or two or three choices and submit it to the top management, there is a high chance top management can choose anyone from those reports. And then sensitivity analysis and decision implementation and monitoring. Sensitive analysis, no, like nothing but no, like considering the variables as well. It is the external variable. And here, when I'm saying external variables, the management, that is, managers can consider even the internal variables as well. That is, whatever is happening within the organization as well. So, what do you think? What will be happening within the organization? What changes would be happening within the organization? So that may be, like adding up a few more departments, or it can be, like taking up of adding few more employees into the organizations, or laying off few employees, from the organization, or it can be, more shareholders would have, added into the organization, or it can be anything. One or two potential investors would have been, now they would have been become a shareholder of the company, or the company would have signed a contract with another company for for a turnkey project. So anything, whatever happening within the organization, the internal variables also can be taken into consideration. So all these are sensitivity factors. So this can be taken for analysis as well and added in the decision making. So finally, implementing, once the top management approves it, so implement that decision and monitor the decision. So wherever there is a loophole, wherever there is a addition has to be done, so go on with those additions and go with the process. Okay, so you're done with those key concepts. That is the basic key concepts which helps the managers in decision making. Now we are going to see about few other factors of managerial economics. So first one is game theory. So game theory is something more like it is a kind of decision making analysis through game. To be now, let me put it in this way. So okay, so it's like a game between more than one organization. That is a game between two organizations, and the decision of one organization will have an impact on the decision of another organization. That is not the game theory is. So this game theory, it is usually not usually done by the organization people, but usually done by industry experts or the economist, people who are good in economist and who are uh, doing a lot of research in economics. And these people do this game theory to study deep, to study more and to get deeper understanding about the economics concept, the managerial economics concept. Otherwise, usually organizations don't go with the game theory factors because they have other key factors to go with the decision making process, whatever we have seen as of now. So this game theory is usually used by the economist experts, scholars, research scholars, or people who are doing deeper research in about in economics and so those kind of very intellectual people, so they will be using game theory to study more about the industry. Okay, so what is a game theory? So game theory is something, where two organizations' decisions are compared. Here, the key point is both the organization will not be having any idea of what the other organization's decision is. Say if it is regarding a launching of new product or if it is regarding a pricing of a new product. That is, they both have been they both maybe would have been come with the same type of product. For example, say Lenovo, what do you say, laptops and Acer laptops. So both are laptops. Okay. So both the companies, they assemble laptops, they sell it to the customers. So they are launching new laptops with the same configuration and everything the same. But the pricing of these two laptops, that is between the Acer and the Lenovo, and they both will not be knowing. So Acer will not be knowing what Lenovo is going to price their laptop. Same as with Lenovo. So they will not be knowing what Acer is going to price for its new laptop. Here you have to understand the configuration, the memory, everything, the whatever the fifth generation or whatever the generation computing, everything is the same. Everything is the same, no difference at all. So in this case, say the pricing policy is a factor. So they have to price the product, and there is a key factor here. If we can take Acer as company one and Lenovo as company two. So Acer is company one, Lenovo company two. So if Acer is going with the price of their laptop is 85,000. And if Lenovo, that is company two, is now also opting 85,000 for their product, here they both win the game. That is the concept. See, they both win the game. But if Acer is going with 85,000, that is company one is fixing the price of the product as 85,000. And Lenovo is they are speculating that it would be around 85,000. That is, Acer laptops would be around 85,000. So they don't want to pitch their product to 85,000. That is, they don't want their laptops to be the same 85,000 what Acer is now coming up with. So they are going for much higher price, say 87 or 89,000. So 89,000. So in this case, obviously, when you compare as a consumer, I'm comparing the product and I'm seeing, okay, both same configuration, same memory capacity and everything same. So why I'm going to give 4,000 extra? So what I'm going to get from it? What is the value added service I'm going to get from it? So are they going to give me a free laptop bag or what else do I get it from? So if there is no nothing or same. If Acer if Lenovo is going to give me free laptop bag, Acer is also going to give me free laptop bag, then what is the difference? No difference at all. So let me go with Acer itself. Here, company one wins the game, company two loses the game. So this is how it is being compared. Now, both the sometimes, very in the rare cases, both the companies, that is company one and company two, will be because both are in the same industry and will be speculating each other's pricing price. So Acer will be speculating that Lenovo is going to charge 85,000, same with Lenovo. So they will be speculating Acer is going to charge 85,000. So Acer is going to come, like lower down the price. You are going to, go with 82,000. So Lenovo is going to go down with 81,000. So what big difference it's going to make? So they both lose the game. So this is how, it works. So this is a game theory. So this game theory, as I said, is usually, done by, economic scholars, researchers, and industrialists to compare the decision-making power of the two different, companies in an industry, or sometimes, two different industries, in a particular sector. Say, for example, transportation and warehousing company within the logistics sector, or a transportation and a shipping company within the supply chain sector. So this is usually done by the research scholars. Then comes the demand theory. So demand theory, you would be knowing, we have studied demand, for a quite long time. Elasticity of a demand, and cyclicity of a demand, seasonality of a demand, and what else? And so as a price increases, demand for a product decreases. So as the price decreases, demand for a product increases. So hope you can hope you know, right? Okay, so let's have a quick glance on we still have that. Yeah. What is the demand all about? So demand is something which a consumer is willing to buy a product at a given price, to be in simple words. So they're expecting a product from a particular industry or a company, and they are willing to buy that product in within if the price is within this particular limit, they will be buying the product. So this is demand. So it is very important for the organization to forecast the demand so that they can cater the needs of the consumers. So so forecasting how it is done, they can check with the past history. That is they can check with the historical data, and whatever has happened previously, the previous years, about how the demand has been how the demand has been satisfied by the company or by the industry. And they can take a survey, they can ask the consumers directly, what products would you like to have, or the existing product, how would you like to enhance the existing product, and how would you like to have it, and are you okay with the price, are you okay with the quality of the product? So these kind of questions, it can be directly asked from the consumers, and then based on their answers, they can satisfy the customers demand, consumers demand. Here you have to be know the difference between customer and consumer. Consumer is the final the final person who consumes the product, that is uses the product, whereas customer is a person who either consumes the product or may resell the product. So customer is either he or she may consume, that is finally use the product, or he or she may resell the product, that is customer. Whereas consumer is the person who finally consumes, like for personal use or for own use, uses the product. So here you have to know it's a decision of the management whether to directly get the feedback from the customer or the consumer. If it is a consumer, consumers are normal persons like you and me who are going to buy products either offline or online. Whereas customers are the persons who are going to resell, that is the retailers, wholesalers. So these people can be customers as well, or other organizations which buy the semi-finished products from one company and go on with the finished product. That can be the customers. Those companies can be the customers. So through survey method or questionnaire method, feedback can be got from the customers or consumers, and based on the feedback collected, decisions can be taken. So these are qualitative decisions. That is checking with the directly from the consumers, and asking suggestions from the market experts, or the experienced personnel in the organization, or getting help from the, business consultants. But now business consultants, they can help you in, decision making as well. So these are qualitative, analysis. Through these qualitative techniques, you can know, forecast a demand. And we have quantitative analysis to forecast a demand. Quantitative analysis to make a quantitative analysis, you need to have a data. So this data, it has to be the historical data or the present data. Data is nothing but whatever has happened previously, everything which is recorded as a physical documentation or as a digitized documentation. So this is historical data is a very basic need for doing a quantitative analysis. So based on those data collected or which is being collected presently from the market, what is being happening right in the market trend, what is the new trend in the market. So that data which is being collected, so based on that data, few qualitative technique methods, like time series analysis or average, weighted moving average, simple moving average method, and these kind of calculations and statistical analysis are being done, and based on the results the demand can be forecasted. So there are two ways of doing a demand forecasting, and based on that forecast results, decisions have to be taken by the management, that is the middle management. So quantitative data and qualitative data. Qualitative data doesn't need, qualitative analysis doesn't need any data. Okay. So expert opinions and customer feedbacks. So this is more than enough. And the Delphi method, I'll we will discuss about it next session. Whereas quantitative methods, you need to have the historical data and the present data or the present trend and what is happening in the market right now. So we will see in detail about the demand theory, and we will see about what is elasticity of demand, cyclicity of demand, and seasonality of demand. And we are going to see about monopoly and oligopoly, and and a few other concepts. Okay, so in another next session. So any doubts as of now? No doubts? Okay. So in that case, you can, leave the session. We will meet possibly next. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.